Kevin Bacon is the center of the whole acting universe.
They believe that Kevin Bacon is the center of the entire acting universe.
You mention any actor and they can tie him to Kevin Bacon.
Really?
The 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Every movie that came on, there was like, Kevin Bacon again. And then one of us said, has he ever worked with Robert De Niro? Robert De Niro was in The Untouchables with Kevin Costner, and Kevin Costner was in JFK with Kevin Bacon. And it was like, whoa.
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
He's the center of the cinematic universe.
Kevin Bacon!
He is an extremely good center of the Hollywood universe. Meg Ryan has a Bacon number of 2 because she's been in Sleepless in Seattle with Tom Hanks, who's been in Apollo 13 with Kevin Bacon.
Mathematicians instantly recognize, hey, they're just playing the Paul Erdős game with this actor, Kevin Bacon.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Erdős was a giant of mathematics and an amazing man.
Paul Erdős opened up areas of mathematics that were not respected previously.
He had a tremendous influence during his life.
He would travel around with his beat-up old suitcase and collaborate with all these mathematicians. They'd write papers together, and then he would go to the next town.
There was this whole network of people, and Erdős was at the center of it.
Mathematicians started to think of Erdős as the center of the universe. You could give yourself what came to be called an Erdős number.
Erdős has an Erdős number of 0. If you write a paper with Erdős, then you have an Erdős number of 1. If you write a paper with somebody who's written a paper with Erdős, then you have an Erdős number of 2.
It is not easy to have an Erdős-Bacon number because it means that you've both appeared in a film and published a scholarly work.
If it were possible to get Kevin Bacon in this film, and also someone with an Erdős number of 1, that would set the world record right there. If you think about what the question is that we're asking, it's what happens when 2 networks confront each other. Bringing together math and art just seems interesting and cool.
I was very excited in my first co-authored paper that I immediately checked what was my number, and it was 4.
The Bacon number is, again, something that's perhaps a little silly, but I mean, I think that's something that really fascinates people. This idea that with relatively few hops, you could connect yourself to anybody, anywhere.
Suppose we change it to what happens when the financial network confronts the power grid. If there's a collapse in one and it triggers a collapse in the other, that starts to seem important. To start to think that a banking network or a cardiac network or a social network are all in some way the same thing, you know, that's a cosmic thought. That's of course what math is about. We're looking for these universal common regularities across networks of all kinds, and we're finding them.